Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Toonkind at 12 FPS. This is a part two of the FPS by design. Today, I, Oatmeal, am playing the professor, and joining me again today, would you please?
Hello, I'm the part two of this FPS. I'm new, Jupikirin. I am going to be playing Le Porridge. Yeah, just, your funky yellow and grey robot porridge.
And I think, if you don't mind,
Mhm.
I'm good to pick up about right where we left off, which was I actually did go back and re-listen. The Porridge is in the professor's ellipsis, and has taken a book and tried to sneak off with it, um, unsuccessfully.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Sure. Um,
Allegedly.
that's right. Yes, Porridge maintains it was a mistake.
They
Um,
didn't leave the ellipsis, it doesn't count as theft.
Nope, didn't even leave the library. Not yet. So they are in the
Mhm.
library. Porridge is on the couch. The professor is unimpressed, standing across from Porridge with his hands on his hips, um, uh, asking uh, why Porridge needs to read this book because he's said that he can't allow Porridge to read it.
Um, and I think Porridge at that time, well, asking Porridge why they needs to read that book. Let me just check. Um, let's just check a thing. Okay, that's what you've got. I'm going to be rolling physical dice, by the way, which might not come up on the mic, but let's go. Cool. Okay. That is that plus. Hey, can I type? That'd be nice. That's no. You're supposed to do the math portion. Why didn't you do the maths? I rolled a 16.
Mm.
So Porridge looks back at the professor and says,
Well, I need a I need to read it for like study and stuff, Like I wanna know more about the stuff that's in there.
That
if you want.
uh yeah, I will roll insight. Yikes! I went behind my drink. That is a. Let's see. What is my insight? Thankfully, I can remember my old stats before I leveled up. Uh,
And what's that like? Oh, dang! Beat me out by one.
mm,
All right. Um, it's it is initially a little hard to tell, but you see Porridge kind of just wiggle their nubbins kind of in front of them a little bit and kind of weave them in and out in the air. And they're not they're looking at you, but no, that they're not. Their eyes are sliding just slightly to the left of you. Um to look behind you at a bookshelf from their place on the couch, and you might remember, hey, sometimes people do this thing that when they lie, they look to the right, and when they're remembering something, they look to the right. When they're lying, they look to the left, and when they're remembering something, they look to the right.
and Porridge is looking to the left. Porridge is looking to the left. Is that right?
Yes, yes.
Uh huh. Yeah. The professor just frowns and shakes his head, and he says that that's not an acceptable answer. I can't let you read it because it might be dangerous.
Why would this be dangerous? It's just technology.
Just technology?
Yeah, not all technology is dangerous. It's
No,
not
but
like
some of it is.
Well, I'm not gonna go in there, like, to look for guns or, like, weapons.
Well,
That's
I
not
don't
what I'm
know
looking for.
that.
Well, well, I'm not, so,
They just kind of flail their little nubbins in the air and just kind of
uh,
just frustrated hand waving.
Well, I can't just let you have anything in that book.
uh,
And they just drop their snout into their two nubbins and rub their snout. They just,
we're gonna go around in circles like this, honestly. Man, I just need to look for a specific thing, and I think I know where that might be, and if it's not in there, then fine, I'll go. It's fine.
I need to know what the specific thing is.
Porridge hesitates and they look to the side, to the right, actually. They look down at their nubbins, they sigh, and they say,
I I need to see if if I'm if if we are in there.
The professor looks somewhat surprised at that, and drops his hands from his hips. Just sort of gives you a curious look. You yourself in that, but how?
just,
But how could you be in that?
they just look away. The antenna on their heads has just been slowly lowering until it's parallel with their snout, and they don't look at you, and they just twiddle their nubbins, and they don't give you an answer. They're looking anywhere but at you.
Can he? Because he hasn't actually taken the book back yet.
Oh! Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah,
Um,
I failed to mention that.
I did a very quick listen back as well, and I just completely forgot that they
Yeah.
stopped the book. Never
Yeah.
mind me.
The
What do you want to
Porridge
do?
Porridge does still have it. The professor was going to move over and like reach for it.
Okay. I'm gonna roll perception to. Gosh, I know Porridge's perception, and I think I know how well this is gonna go. Do you want to roll a sleight of? Are you trying to be subtle, or are you just doing
No,
this?
not at all. He's just going to reach for the book because it's his book and he's going to take it back. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, Porridge. Porridge, that's an 8.
Oh
That's an 8. They have a -1 in their perception. It's beautiful.
no.
You
Oh.
reach forward. Can I roll a strength contest to try and tug this thing back?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
Let's go.
Yeah, let me see. What's my strength? Oh.
Danger noise. Well, that's that.
16.
Damn it! You just you reach forward and you slide the book, and you feel some resistance as the nubbins try to clench on the sides of the book, and you just hear a
No, wait, I'm not. No, wait, no.
and you just lift the book up, and Porridge's nubbins go with you, and they just kind of stretch away from their body, and they're not letting the book go, and they just say,
No, wait, get that back.
and Porridge floats after you, but their nubbins are still on the book, slowly losing grasp, slowly losing their grip, but you have the book. The book
Yeah.
is in your hands.
Yeah, he tries to brush their nubbins off and open the book, and he's gonna he wants to look through it. If he can just get like a decent hold on it, he can flip through the book and see if there's anything recognizable as Porridge in it, because he can speed read.
Okay. Roll me investigation with disadvantage because the porridge nubbins are just going to kind of bat at you as you try to read it, and you're just going to be hearing a very annoying nattering of
Let it go, let it go. I need to read that, not you. I need to read that. It's none of your business.
as you
Uh-huh.
walk around in the library. I just imagine the professors walking in a circle on a rug in the library and porridge is just floating after them.
Oh boy. Okay, I got a 15, and that was with disadvantage.
Okay. So a 15 with disadvantage. You kind of flick through this book
Uh-huh.
and you don't see any images of anything that look like porridge. But you do see like a little like an afterthought near the back of certain projects that didn't make it in. And there is a strange little note about something that happened at this particular convention, specifically about the tragedy that one of the convention halls holding one of the displays, or that was having one of the showcases, suddenly collapsed, and half of the convention hall was just disappeared. It
Oh.
was really bad. And
Yikes.
it was there's not really like any like it's just a basic description of due to due to this certain showcase of an unknown like
Project.
project, yeah.
Mm.
Um half of the hall was destroyed. Some people made it out, and then some people were just went missing, and no one could find them. Um, and that kind of put a stopper onto some of the events for a while. But they did eventually start back up, which kind of maybe explains the missing years that in your collection.
Yeah, um uh he shuts the book again and holds it tightly and uh just sort of just sort of gives Porridge a stern look, and says, "All right, I've seen enough. You
I've not seen anything, so give it over.
And you just get
no."
like poof, 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 little nubbins are now banging on your chest, Professor, as Porridge follows after their nubbins. Just
Why do you get to look at it? I mean, I know it's your book, so I guess you can look at it, but why don't you let me look at it? I just need to find something, and then why are you being so stubborn?
Because I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you are going to do with this information. For
I
all
don't know who you are.
what, what does that matter? And he just sort of,
I mean, I know you.
huh?
Porridge said, "What does it matter if if I don't know you and you don't know me?"
The professor, he just sort of shakes his head and he says, "It matters because this belongs to me, and I'm not going to share this information with you if I can't trust you with it."
What do you think I'm gonna do with it? I already told you what I'm gonna do with it.
No, you didn't tell me why you want to see if you're in it. You did, and you could.
Because it's me. Don't I have the right to know? I should know if I'm in there. It's something if you were in a history book somewhere, wouldn't you want to know? You want to know where you came from, what you did.
Uh, you don't know.
Uh, just let me roll something quick.
Yeah, he looks, his eyebrows raise as he says that.
Cool, cool, cool.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh gosh. That's a low roll.
They they stop Actually, I need to roll something else. Because I've just remembered there is a thing I need to roll with these. No, that didn't line properly. Do it again. Oh my words! Really? Two of these? But actually, what's your modifier on that one? Oh, not awful, but not great. You see their eyes, the little arrows of their eyes just narrow in on their pupil, and you just see them lift one of their nubbins away from you and just scratch against the side of their head. It's just like a like metal against metal,
Yeah.
and you just hear them say,
I don't know if I'm in there. That's what he needs to know if I'm in there. I don't know.
The professor looks frustrated. Can you tell me anything so I can get some sort of judge of your character? For all I know, you could be and he sort of like looks annoyed at having to use such a like reductive phrase, but like this is Inkwell, and he just says like a bad guy.
they just kind of pause and narrow and tilt their head to the side, and then um they're gonna do something a little weird. They're gonna roll. Well, they're gonna float over to a wall, and they're just gonna dunk, 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 gently against the wall, and they're gonna just call out.
Um, could you vouch for me? I mean, she wouldn't let me in if I was bad, right?
The professor sort of gives a strained look, like
Forrest just looks back. Just
she's she wouldn't have let you in if you were an immediate threat to her or to me, but that doesn't reflect on your character. It just means that you're not likely to.
I'm not likely to hurt anyone, or at least you or her.
Us.
And yeah, both of you. And I'm not going to, and I'm not gonna hurt anyone else either. That's not what I want to do. I just want to know.
What do you do?
and this is where I roll something else.
Mm.
Okay. Not awful. Hmm. Oh. Porridge pauses and their eyes kind of squint and they rub the side of their face again. It's like,
I feel like, no, I make no, I look for information, no, I help people, I do I do a lot of things. I'm multi-utility. I am a the storage unit is a multi-utility unit. No, I'm.
they just seem to be rubbing their head quite a bit.
Let's see, they did move away. The professor, just sort of holds the book in one hand and, walks over to where they sort of went to rap against the wall. And, he sort of, tilts his head. He says, "Are you having some trouble there?"
No, I'm fine. The porridge unit is fine. No, I'm okay. The porridge unit is self-sustained.
And I'm gonna roll this.
Oh dear.
Advantage. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So that was a 19 and then a 6. You start to see their like nubbins, the point where their nubbins kind of hover near their body, you start to see like blue green sparks start to spark from there, like
Mm.
and the arrows that have been circling around their eye just kind of shrink back and zoom in and shrink back and zoom in, and they start to swirl around a little bit, forming a square, and then the four arrows pointing in, and then a square, the four arrows pointing in, and they seem to be wobbling a bit, and the antenna on top of Porridge's head starts to twitch forward and back, and then to the side, and then forward and back, and yeah, they don't seem to be in a good state at the moment.
Mm-hmm. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right, all right, all right. Just hang on. Just calm down. I will. I'm sorry. I'm not so quite so quick to trust. All right, all right. Let's.
They, as you're, I will say, as you're speaking, Porridge is. They have been floating this whole time about eye level.
Yeah.
You do notice they are slowly, like very slowly, just starting to sink down. They were eye level before, now they're about chest level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He looks straight up just concerned, and he um he tucks the book under one arm, and makes a sort of motion, like he's telegraphing what he's doing, like
Yeah,
makes a
making it
motion
obvious.
to sort of, to like catch or support Porridge, and he says, may I? You need to, you look like you need a seat.
Or something.
Because he does
Cool.
remember how he is asking this because he does remember how Porridge was very upset about being basically grappled earlier.
Well, funny thing, you try to pick up Porridge. Firstly, they're decently light. They're not incredibly heavy. But tell me, how do you pick Porridge up? Do you like go for the main body? Do you go for like the nubbins?
Well, well, he was trying to ask first, so that if they really like hated that he could just not do that. Um,
Ah, okay. Well, if that's the case, if you haven't actually reached for them yet, you
he like made the motion to, but didn't like complete it. You know what I mean?
well, you reach out and Porridge doesn't react at all, but they don't say anything either.
All right, and they're just sort of sinking. In that, all right, yeah, he if he gets no reaction, he just sort of like shakes his head a bit, like all right, and does try to grab their main body.
Okay. So you go for their main body, and you go to move it away, and as you do, you start to see the nubbins float to the floor, and you hear like a as one of the nubbins just batters onto the floor. The other two are still floating, but they are very, very close to the floor, and their head is also very slowly drifting down.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good
I will
grief.
say that there are still sparks going between. Well, there were sparks going between the nubbins and the body,
Mm-hmm.
but now the sparks are going from nubbin to nubbin.
Hmm. Hmm. Are they like um? Uh, hmm.
I mean, you can always just lay them down on the couch or something, or roll investigation, or
Yeah,
what have you.
that's what he was gonna try to do? Can he bring them to the couch? Like, I don't know if he has to do that, like, piecemeal, or if he can just sort of, if the rest will
Um,
kind of drag over as well, but.
well, let's see. Let me see. Okay then. Okay then. That's Well,
Ah.
well, you drop well, you don't drop, you probably gently place Porridge's body and the head on the couch. And then you hear a as the nubbins drop onto the floor.
I mean,
I will
he'll go retrieve those and put them with like next alongside the body because
Yeah, I'm very sorry. Porridge is having a time. You put them next to the body, and they're still inert. They don't do anything. And there are just the sparks between the head and the main body are very faint, but they are still there. And you see that their eye is kind of flickering from yellow to blue to green, but it's not bright. It's slowly dimming, and you just hear
Yes.
and sound just starts to loop.
Yeah, he's put this thing down and he just sort of like uh straightens up and runs a hand through his hair somewhat exasperatedly and uh he he puts the book down at the probably just on the couch and he's gonna sit on the floor in front of Porridge
Okay,
and I think he's gonna investigate because he needs to see if
go
there's
ahead.
anything he can do for this poor little robot.
Go ahead, please do.
All right. Oh no.
Oh,
Uh, that's a
roll.
7.
Set. Okay, dude. You've worked with tech before. You can do this with advantage if you
Yay.
want.
Yes, please.
Because you've worked on the ellipsis, man.
Yeah.
That's some complicated stuff. You know what you're doing.
All right, 12 is slightly better.
Better. So you can kind of see that you look around and yeah, no, Porridge started. You connect the fact that Porridge started having these issues when they started trying to remember things or were asked
Ask their
specific questions.
function, yeah.
Yeah. As for now, you do see that they're saying system shut down, system rebooting. You don't know if that's going to be what they need to do to like get better. Um, I mean, if you want to like take a closer look and actually like look like inside, that's a possibility. Probably a hatch somewhere. All mechanical creatures of some sort aren't completely sealed.
Right.
There is always some way.
Yeah. That's kind of invasive though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like this thing is sure as heck seems to be sentient. So like God, Professor, do you have anything useful?
I mean, you can always ask the ellipsis in case.
Yeah,
I don't know if she would be able to help with this, but it's always worth asking.
yeah. Hmm, hmm. Um, uh,
Would it be easier if I kind of told you what you could do? Or
I yeah, if you could give me some options, because I'm kind of at a loss.
that's okay, dude. So apart from doing the thing where you like just
Open it up.
invasively try to open them up, yeah.
Mm.
There was obviously like the system shut down and such. I mean, you do notice that the sparks between the head and the body are weaker. Maybe it's gonna be just a case of like giving them some kind of juice to power that back up,
Mm.
potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that would work.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. What do I have that can do that? Let's see. Let's see. Um. Uh. Aha. Okay, hang on. Okay, he is. He has. Uh. This could be absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But off of sort of a bit of a hunch, he's going to cast mending. Uh, um,
Okay.
it not because he thinks like something's broken, but because like this thing. I mean, like, it's magic. Like, is it magical energy that it wants? Like, will this do anything? Like, by giving it sort of that, it would that do
Yeah.
anything to give it a bit of a jump start, or should he try something else? This is just his like first try something.
Okay. Quick question. What school of magic is mending? Do you know?
It is a transmutation.
Oh, okay. Um, so if you cast, you got to cast that then?
Yeah, he's gonna do that.
Alright. Professor, you cast mending on the little bot, and as you do, you notice that the sparks, blue sparks between the head and the body, do start to like spark a little more, very briefly, before it fades back out again.
Mm-hmm.
You do notice that the sparks are now a little more frequent. Um, and you do see that the eye, Porridge's eye, has gone completely blue,
Mm.
and there is a number in there.
Oh.
Just literally, there's a number one and a percentage.
Oh. Huh. That's weird. Um.
Mm-hmm.
He's Let's see. Now, I'm pretty sure this specifically says that. Can he do... No.
I mean, again, you are inside the ellipsis. If you've got like just random stuff you want to chuck onto this, feel free.
Yeah, yeah, er, um,
I will also say, as you're thinking, Professor, while you're looking back and you're kind of thinking what else you can do about this,
yeah.
you hear a noise go,
System rebooting.
and you see the number go from 1, 2. And then if you went a little longer, you see that 2 go to a 3.
Huh.
So it would look like they're just rebooting their system at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I'm frustrated at my spells.
Pat you. I pat you so much.
Uh,
Um,
can I try? I want to try.
hmm?
Let's see. Oh, you know what? He might have honestly gone with this anyway. He wants to cast Identify, which is a first level. Wait, do I have it at a higher level? No, I don't. First level divination spell.
Ooh, okay.
And let's see.
Just getting that spell up very quickly so I know what
Yeah.
exactly
Now,
you
porridge
get from it.
porridge probably counts as a creature and not an object. Despite being
Yes.
yeah, so it's going to be just the
Uh,
second piece that you're going to that matters.
yeah, that's fine. Let's have a look. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. How to use them, whether it requires a chimp to use, how many choices. Learn whether any spells are affecting the item and what they are. Okay, if the item was created by a spell, you learn which spell created it. If you instead touch a creature for casting, what spells, if any, are currently affecting it. Give me a moment, I need to check something.
Yeah.
Because if you cast like
Yeah, this is partially for the seeing if the magic will do anything, and partially sorry, my drink is separating. I didn't think it would separate.
damn.
It's supposed to be homogenized.
No. No homogeny for you. Iogeny only.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. Both for, the actual effect of the spell, identify, and also just to see if, giving it that, little pulse of magic would do anything else.
Well, you cast divination, not divination, bleh. You cast identify on this, on Porridge, and it's very funny. So you get some feedback from the spell, and it's odd because Porridge comes back as both an object and a creature.
Admittedly, not too surprising, given they're mechanical.
Yeah. You learn its properties and how to use them. Man, it's funny though. You try to understand the properties part, and it comes back as kind of a scrambled mess. It's really difficult to interpret what its properties are, because it just comes up as a weird kind of. It's both like a blank and also too much all at once. So passing it is incredibly difficult. It doesn't require attunement, it doesn't have charges, and the spells and anything what they are. As for spells that are affecting it, really no actual spells are affecting it. However, there does seem to be some sort of magic intercoursing through it. And if you look down at it, it's weird. It kind of looks like circuitry, but also it kind of looks like veins coming from a central point in their head. But that is backlit by the sheer amount of circuitry going through it as well. I will also say, as you cast Identify, you notice the sparks don't actually intensify, but the counter does go up at the same pace. It goes from 3 to 4 to 5 to 6. It's going up steadily. It doesn't stutter or stop or anything.
Right. Yeah, he's,
If you're still struggling, by the way, can I ask a quick question? Mending's a cantrip, isn't it?
It is.
You considered spamming that spell? You considered just spamming mending as a last resort?
Possibly. I think he will try it again to make sure it works again. Does it?
Okay, you cast mending, and you see the sparks get slightly brighter, and you see the number. It doesn't jump up, but you think it's with your sense of time. No, you know with your sense of time, it starts to count up a little faster. It goes from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. It's a steady ticking up now. It's no longer taking as long.
Can I, uh, huh. Can I, wait, hang on. What is my, can I roll another investigation and, ask a specific, question?
Yeah, go ahead.
All
What's
right.
the question? Just so I know what I'm going to answer.
The question is, he's trying to figure out, what this thing needs, and he's thinking, does it need, does it need more power, and is that, does it need, like, electricity and or magic, like one or the other or both or a mix, and or like it seems to be restarting, which is good. Is there anything he can, like, give them?
Well, I will say, without rolling investigation,
Yeah.
you notice that your mending has speeded it up.
Right.
Whether an electricity or anything, you don't know if electricity is going to help, but you do know that casting mending helped, which actually you can roll me an intelligence if you want.
Okay, I will roll an intelligence.
Yeah, just to see if you notice this. Sorry, this is me making Oatmeal roll many things.
Yeah.
This is where this FES goes.
All right. As a 16.
Right. It comes to mind, mending was a transformative spell, and identify was a divination spell.
Yes.
But only mending seemed to speed up the process.
Does he even have any other? Can he try prestidigitation? Because that is also a transmutation cantrip.
Yes! Just spam between mending and prestidigitation.
It can. I'm looking at the magical effects. The first example is instantaneous harmless sensory, such as a shower of sparks. It's literally one of the things.
Do you want to cast that?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell me what's the professor gonna do? How is this gonna appear?
What color are the sparks on Porridge now?
Oh, they're a bluey green.
A blue green. He's just going to make similarly blue green sparks and sort of hope that they catch, sort of. You know?
Oh. Yeah. I imagine that he's hovering both of his hands over Porridge's like body and stuff while he's doing this.
He's sort of like, Porridge is on the couch and he's sitting on the floor, sort of kneeling. So he's got like it's on almost like at table level, like a, if this was like a workstation or something, like.
Yeah, he's level with it.
Yeah.
He's level with Porridge. Okay. You reach out your hands, you hover them over Porridge's body, and you cast Prestidigitation quite a few times. And as you do, firstly you hear a dum 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 as the counter in Porridge's eye starts to tick up a little bit, and then a lot faster, and then you see it dum 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 start to roll over. And then you see the sparks between Porridge's head and body get more and more. Uh, well, it starts to get stronger. It starts to vibrate a little, and then you see the nubbins start to spark between the body, and they start to vibrate a little, and the sparks go, and so it sounds like something's being electrocuted. And then you just hear a ding as Porridge just shuts down.
Oh no.
In just a second, before the eye goes blue, and you hear doop, 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 doop. System rebooted. And Porridge just blinks 2 times. Their eyes, in a blue ring, just sort of float very slowly into an upright position. And then they look over at you, Professor.
Yeah. And you kind of have this just sort of worried stranger just kind of gazing at you, watching carefully.
Porridge looks at you, looks at their nubbins, looks around, looks back at you, and you hear a
Hello, we are the Porridge unit. How may we help you?
they tilt their head to the side, look around, they say,
In what location are we currently?
He winces. That. Oh, good grief. This is this is not the outcome he had hoped for.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he looks like, well, he doesn't stop looking concerned.
I'm gonna roll an insight. Wonderful. Nothing but low rolls here, buddy. Nothing but low rolls.
Oh.
Porridge is too busy looking around, and as they do look around, they say,
Oh, this is a very large temporal and spatial displacement machine. It is very pretty. Hello there, very pretty.
and they lift one of their nubbins up and just woo, wave at the ceiling.
And sort of like before, when the ellipsis was communicating with Porridge, they get a sort of return ping of a somewhat just a fairly blank, like, hello.
Ellipsis gets back a
Hello. It's very good to meet you. Hello. Hello, unit.
The professor sits back and leans on his hands, and he says, "You're the Porridge unit?"
Porridge's head turns back to face you, Professor, and you see them nod up and down.
Affirmative. We are the Porridge unit. We are designed to assist all.
And they, you see a little message pop up in front of you with a white border and a blue holographic screen, and it's just got a little blinking typing point, and it's just you hear Porridge tilt their head and say,
Please enter your username.
Oh. I haven't got one of those. Not for this system.
You are a new user. If you cannot use your own username, the Porridge unit can choose one for you.
Does the Porridge unit remember how they got here?
Porridge just You see their eye turn to a question mark. Then again, you see a blue ring appear in their eye and go boop, 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 boop. And I'm gonna roll this. Huh? And I'm gonna roll this. Okay. Let's have a look. Can I have my sheet, please? Thank you. Okay, I got 2 rolls that were not the rolls I needed, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say those rolls didn't happen. And you see Porridge just kind of loads up with the blue, loading, and then appears in their eye, and you hear
The Porridge unit is missing several hours of activity from their log. The Porridge unit does not have at least 57 hours logged.
That seems odd, doesn't it?
Porridge tilts her head.
The Porridge unit currently is experiencing some minor errors. The Porridge unit is looking for their
Now, don't strain yourself. Is there anything I can do to help with those errors? I do have some technological expertise.
Did you say that? See 2 X's come up again in Porridge's eyes, and they shake their head.
No adjustments may be made to a Porridge unit unless they are done by an admin. You are not an admin. You are not a new user.
How do I gain admin status?
You cannot unless another admin considers you an admin. You must be.
They just tilt their head to the side.
You must be given admin status by the current admin.
Who is the current admin?
Let's roll this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey buddy, what was your thingy on that? That's what I thought. That's a 7. You see Porridge tilt their head to the side and tilt their head the other side. And Porridge shakes their head and says,
The current admin logs are inaccessible.
You don't even know who they are?
Affirmative.
Well, how are you supposed to authenticate a new admin then, if you cannot identify your current admin?
Porridge just stares back kind of blankly.
The Porridge unit cannot grant admin status to a new user. A new user must be given admin status by an admin.
Yeah, but you can't remember your old admin.
Affirmative.
They nod their head.
It's a bit of a problem, isn't it?
Tilt their head to the side.
Affirmative.
They nod their head.
Uh-huh.
The Porridge unit is self-sustaining. The Porridge unit often loses files in their system. However, they will be recovered.
Oh, they will? How's that?
They are recovered every reboot.
Oh.
You can roll an insight on that if you want.
Yeah!
While that's happening, I'm gonna roll this. Okay.
Ugh, I get a 9. Disgusting.
Damn it. Disgusting. 9. Well, you can't actually get much from that. They They don't seem to be lying about this.
Right.
They don't remember. And they certainly, well, certainly believe they're self-sustaining.
Yeah.
Um, would agree at least. I mean, they don't have their admin hovering over their shoulder, so
Mm-hmm.
they can operate without an admin around. It's
Mm.
fine. Um, but that 19 was an investigation, and Porridge is kind of looking around and just
Oh.
kind of float off the couch, and they're going to start floating away from you
Mm.
and down towards the door.
Ah, the door of the library. The door linking the library to the rest of the ellipsis.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Um the professor is gonna scramble to his feet and uh walk around to head them off at the door.
Give
Um
me a moment. Talking. I'm just doing something quickly. Where is my thingy cheeky?
yeah, he's very clearly blocking it. Um
Huh. We're just gonna pull up short until the head to the side, and then Tanner's gonna twitch.
Identify. Identify user. Why are you blocking the way, the exit?
because you can't go out in that state.
The arrows of their eyes narrow into the pupil, and they just tilt their head, kind of confused.
It's defined state.
You are experiencing a malfunction. You have, what was it, 57 hours of missing memory.
The porridge unit nods their head.
Affirmative. However, the porridge unit is designed to assist people of all kinds. The porridge unit cannot be fixed by anyone other than an admin. Therefore, the porridge unit shall continue as they are designed to be until the admin is located.
And they probably just try to float past using the doors of the door.
Uh-huh. Uh okay, I need to roll for the ellipsis.
Cool.
Alright, alright, I have to roll again because I didn't decide ahead of time what was gonna mean what. Um Ooh. Okay, that's even better. Um so yeah, the doors don't open.
Oh,
And
just gonna look at the door. Oh, please continue.
yeah, and uh um there is a um oh wait, what do I need for
What are you trying to do?
um the message sending, I think. I don't think you need to roll a save for that. I think you just get the message.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it quickly. I don't think sending is something you need to roll against.
mm-mm.
Let's have a look. I'll do a quick. You send a short message, 25 words or less, to a creature you're familiar with.
Yeah. Oh, well, familiar with. Well, whatever. I mean,
Eh,
but the the ellipsis sends the equivalent of some sort of like, the professor, for as much as he knows computers, like, he is just some dude with words in common. But like the ellipsis basically sends Porridge a ping with like obviously like she doesn't have admin status either, but like high priority message like this unit is unable to unable to carry out its functions and like has been deemed like a possible danger until the like the malfunctions have been rectified. Basically, in order from like a fellow computer, basically saying like, "Hey, you're not okay," and doors are locked. You're not allowed out right now. Like, you will submit yourself for like like not modification or anything like that, but like for God,
Inspection.
what yeah,
System inspection.
at least inspection, if not not modification or adjustment, because as it said multiple times you can't do that, but like, you know, something needs to be done, even if it is just like monitoring. So it sends that in a sort of like external error message.
Okay. Let me just post something for this. Okay. That's gonna be good. Porridge puts their head to the side and then nods. And quick question. Does the library have like a fireplace?
It does, as a matter of fact.
Oh, Porridge nods their head and looks at the professor and then at the door and says,
The porridge unit is the porridge unit is designed to exist. The porridge unit is not a danger. We are a help. Therefore, we cannot stay until an admin of ours is located and comes to rectify the errors.
and then they turn around and they're a rogue, so they're gonna dash towards the fireplace. Theoretically, they are gonna try and go out the chimney.
Good luck with that. It's that's fucking hilarious.
Look.
Porridge goes up this this chimney chute and ends up in a just sort of a very dark it's just it's you want to roll perception?
Absolutely, I love my perception roll. Oh, that's all right. That's a 16. That is a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you you were in a larger metal like cube-shaped room that the chimney opens up into, and on the far side of it is a very large, very powerful fan.
Huh. Okay.
There is
Go on.
yeah, there's there is a hatch in the on one side of the room that you're in. But it does not it has a small like emergency latch on it. But that is it. You're in a dark sort of space that only smoke is supposed to go into, and there is indeed a fair amount of smoke.
Consider Porridge is a robot, they don't need to breathe.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna hit that emergency switch, see what happens and if they can use that to get out.
Yeah, the
I can't believe I'm going through the pipe tunnels of the ellipsis.
You did this. It opens and there is a very loud alarm that sounds. No blinking lights or anything. It opens up with sort of a plume of smoke. This hatch, you were able to go through it into a more humanoid-friendly quote-unquote room that is actually a room and not a giant air chamber. And it has it has some controls alongside. It is also completely dark. And there is a door that it is actually, no, not a door, just sort of a doorway that looks to open up into a hallway of some sort.
Will you allow me to roll investigation to see if they can find anything in this room?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, okay. Alright, Porridge. Alright, baby. This is where the good rolls are at. Lesson 23.
Ooh.
Porridge can't roll perception, but investigation they're very good at.
Oh yeah, very. Let's see.
You don't have anything planned because I know this went off the wall incredibly quickly. You can just say it's like a basic description of the room.
Yeah. Again, there are don't seem to be any lights on in here, but there are lights on in the hall, and they are sort of a emergency red right now.
And mauve? Would
What?
you say they're mauve? Would
I
you say that they're mauve?
I said what?
Never mind, ignore me, don't worry. It's fine.
Oh no! I said red. I said emergency red.
That's fine.
Oh, if that was a reference to.
It's okay. No, sorry, it's a reference to the new Who, where they have basically the new Doctor Who. When there's an emergency, there's an emergency mauve light that comes on, and it says, "Yeah, no, that's a universal thing. Mauve means an emergency. That's universally understood."
Oh my god! I must have missed that.
It's in Tennant's era, I believe.
Oh, go figure. I shouldn't have missed that. Anyway.
Alright, please continue.
The room it just seems so that's going on in the hall, and there's this siren. It's very loud. It's just sort of intermittent, like a blare, and then nothing. It's almost like a fire alarm. Go figure. Because you did just let a bunch of smoke out of this hatch.
Fire alarms.
Yeah.
You didn't have to use a chromatic orb to do it.
No. But actually, as you're investigating, the siren stops and the lights return to normal. In the hallway, in this room, it remains dark, and the controls do not seem to be powered. They are just sort of various controls, and with that high of an investigation, I'll tell you, this is a sort of it is a piece of a atmospheric control system. Some sort of a there's probably like a the console, there's probably a lot of things that can be remotely controlled from there, but this is for like fine tuning and like direct manual alterations of settings and stuff for the atmosphere of the vessel you're in.
Oh, Oatmeal, you're giving me a power.
I am!
Oatmeal, you're giving me a power.
I am!
Oh gosh, what am I gonna do with this?
But I will say, they do seem to be powered off right now. Yeah. Dip though, with that investigation, I think it wouldn't be fair to to keep it there is a power switch.
Oh. Well,
It's all powered off now, but there is a main power switch.
oh, you tell me there's a main power switch. You tell me all this wonderful information, Oatmeal, and you know I gotta do it. Porridge is gonna look around the room. They're gonna see, oh, that's an atmospheric alternator. Okay, all right. And then they think, because don't know where they are. You don't know who this unidentified user is. They know that they're in like a temporal and spatial displacement place. So their goal is to get out as soon as they can. But it didn't seem like the temporal and spatial place, and the unidentified user would kind of want them to get out. So this is going to be a jailbreak thing, and they need to use every advantage they've got.
Oh no!
I'm gonna flick the switch, and they're gonna go to the console.
Uh-huh. Well, everything powers on. What are you gonna do? You have the atmospheric controls of this ship, which seems to be, by the looks of it, generally a closed system. It does not. It allows for air intake. I mean, duh, it has a door, but like, it does not need to like a car or even a regular house. It does not need like a normal ventilation system with air intake and outtake. It is largely a closed system. Like on a spaceship. It recycles.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta be efficient in space, man.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Mm-hmm.
Porridge is gonna look at these controls. You say they're atmospheric. Does that include like controlling the gravity and also potentially humidity, such as like could they cause it to be very hot or even like very cold, and not only very cold but very slippery and also very wet conditions? Potentially. Is it more so like access?
It's mostly airflow, but those things are related. It will control, like, maybe not like the thermostat in general, but like the it will control like the heating and cooling of the airflow and stuff like that.
I have an awful idea. I have a very bad idea. Porridge is gonna look at that, and they're gonna look back at the vent that they just came out of. They're gonna look back at this console, and then they're gonna turn the airflow towards this route from this console all the way to the library. They're just gonna slowly turn that up to max. And what they're hoping is going to happen, Oatmeal. Guess if you allow me to, could you have Professor roll perception? What's Professor doing now? Because Porridge just went up the chimney.
Yeah, he, he knows where that goes, and he is trying to get there, but, that's difficult, because it's not a direct path.
Oh,
So
okay.
he
It's
has
not in the library anymore.
no. He is actually in a hallway. But it's a bit of a circuitous route to get from sort of the main living level to the maintenance bit, because they're not supposed to be
Accessible.
quite that accessible. No.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
so yeah, he's just sort of going down some hallways.
um, okay. But Porridge is going to do this anyway because Porridge doesn't know where the professor is. Porridge is going to assume that the professor is probably looking up the chimney, trying to figure out where the hell Porridge went.
Uh huh.
Um, I'm going to turn the airflow whack up full whack to go through the library. And what I'm wanting to happen is the soot in the chimney is going to blow out.
Mm-hmm.
A, cover the library, and B, if the airflow is going fast enough, maybe start to rattle some of the books off their shelves. Potentially, maybe have some go flying. Maybe start a little silly whirlwind in the library.
Oh, oh, Porridge, you don't know what power you wield. This has, like, jet turbines.
Oh no! Oh no!
I said in the last one that these bookshelves can't be knocked over, but they are rattling in their supports. And the books, indeed, the ones that are light enough and the ones that have enough surface area, are picked up and just blasted. Just
Can I add, just for effect,
uh-huh.
that I don't know if there's any access to potentially playing music over these things, but if there were, Porridge is gonna play like a Porridge is gonna play that first in the library, and then they stop, and then they're gonna put it through everywhere. Have it play everywhere.
I love that, but you don't have access to that. So he's just sort of like trying to input this like command, and like the ellipsis is not having it. Because it's like, that's not a valid input for this control. So you're just playing music solely to the ellipsis.
Oh, do they realize this? They realize that. Should I roll an insight to see if they realize it's the ellipsis only that hears this?
Yes.
Oh, oh, let's do this. Let's actually roll it. So, can I roll on a flat surface? Yes. Ow, Porridge. That is a 5. That's a 7 total. They think they're doing a swell job. I think they are adding a little bit of flair to their escape because, yes, every good escape should probably feature some music if you have the time, and also they have access to that, so why not?
Yeah, sure they do. Oh gosh. Do you want to mull over this? Because I need a really quick, like, 3-minute break.
Oh, absolutely. If you need to pause and have a break, go ahead, man. That's fine.
Yeah. Alright, I am gonna mute real quick and come back.
Alright, go ahead.
Alright, swell.
See you in a bit. Yeah, okay, gosh. I didn't expect this to go quite like this. It went from, like, a little bit of angst with Porridge to, okay, it's jailbreak time. And gosh, I'm delighted. When Oatmeal gets back, I'm gonna thank them for letting me do this, because it's fun. I hope you're enjoying yourself, Path. Wonderful Path in the audience. I hope this is fun. I hope this is entertaining. Because I know I'm having a good time. It's a very good time. I didn't expect Porridge to go to this lengths. Not even I expected Porridge to go to this lengths, but then they said, "Oh no, you're staying here." And for people listening, the professor is an unidentified user. They haven't given a username. They have. No, I mean, of, of. I, I'm gonna try and avoid that simply because of how Porridge works. But if it comes down to it, and they see, oh, actually, you know what? Oh, actually, you know what? This could be interesting if they recognize that and they realize, or they identify the professor as a potential threat, quote unquote. This could go very interestingly. This could go very interestingly. Look, look. They don't know who the professor is. They know they're in a time and space containment unit of sort. Which they still like very much. However, this new person, they don't know this new person. The new person won't tell them who they are, and they don't know where they are. So the best thing to do is get out of Dodge and find out later. Because where are they? They don't know, and the person that's here won't tell them anything. And they just protocol dictates. Get the fuck out of Dodge if you don't know who the hell they are. This is good. This is very good.
This is very good. I am enjoying this a great deal.
Hello, I'm back. Hello?
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. I've just been talking to Path.
Oh, okay.
About how awesome this is. How awesome this is. And I gotta thank you for letting me give my little gremlin bot controls.
Yeah!
Gosh, okay. So they can control the airflow in places. They don't know where the professor is the thing. I don't assume this thing has like a map or tracking of any sorts of that is the issue.
I don't,
Because the only thing I can think of is they know where the professor is.
You know
I
what?
they're
It probably has. It probably has a rough infrared readout of various rooms, sections of the ship to determine ambient temperature.
Okay. I'm gonna roll investigation to see if they can find.
That.
Oh. Yeah. Well, that's an 18.
Yeah, you find
Easy.
it.
Find it?
Yeah.
And, I mean, man, they're probably looking at this strange infrared part, and they're watching Professor. Not that they know it's them, but they're seeing a heat signature go from room to corridor to room to corridor, and they're like,
Yes.
okay, that's so the library didn't do anything. So if the professor's not in the library, they're gonna turn the wind off to there. And they're gonna watch and wait until the professor gets to a long corridor.
Guess what? That's now.
Oh, Professor, you wanna roll me? Actually, Professor, you're running through this corridor, and suddenly, from in front of you, you feel, oh, that's a lot of wind. It suddenly started to pick up a little, and oh no, that's a lot of wind. Oh no, and I don't know what you want to roll against this. I would presume a strength save to not get blown and knocked off your feet back. But if you want to roll something else, or even do an action of some sort, go ahead.
Yeah, he's, let's see. I'm gonna tell myself that this corridor is,
This is your ellipsis. You can do with it what you please.
I'm gonna say it's about, 90 feet. He's probably 30 feet through it. He's going to, Um, he's going to cast. No, well, yes. He's going to cast Misty Step and jump forward another 30 feet, so he's 2/3 of the way there, and try to sprint the rest of the way against the wind. So I think this is, what did you say, strength?
Yeah,
Or
because that's a gale. Like
yeah,
again, what you
yeah,
said, these things are like jet engines.
yeah.
You're gonna have to roll high, or at least decently, to bat your way through this.
Um,
Um,
oh, could I argue athletics because
yes,
yes.
yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And squint at you and your athletics. Wondering how much
uh,
the doctor.
all right.
Mm-hmm. What you get? What you get?
I got a 24.
Yeah. Hey, Professor, you've run through worse conditions than a bit of wind, mate. You force your way through this thing. With you know what you're doing. You know how to get through these sorts of sticky situations or windy situations.
Mm-hmm.
You just you make your way through, no problem. If you have an idea as to how he does it, go ahead and share it. But otherwise, I just say, yeah, no, easy as. No.
Yeah, no, I mean he sticks close to the wall and sort of like uh bundles his scarf and coat like closer so that there's less for the wind to catch onto.
Hmm?
And just guns it. Like
Yeah.
he's
Uses the
fast.
wall as leverage to like, if he does get blown back, he puts a hand against the wall and just pushes off of it and keeps going, kind of deal.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
exactly. Um
get through there.
yeah, and he gets around the corner so that at least he has that to hang on to. Um and I think with that success, I think he probably passes the like main whatever duct is going into that hallway. He he gets he's able to bypass it by getting through there. Um,
Okay.
so
Um,
so like he doesn't have to deal with that specific problem anymore, basically.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. Now Porridge is gonna do.
I'm gonna roll for the ellipsis real quick.
Go ahead. I'm gonna roll for Porridge as well because I need to see
Oh
what they're gonna do.
no, that's terrible.
Ellipsis, honey, you okay? Is
Uh,
she alright?
she's fine.
She? Is she?
She's fine.
Okay.
She got a nat one.
What?
Nothing.
Okay. Oh gosh. I think Porridge, upon seeing that the infrared signal has gotten through that point, gonna look ahead like an extra room, and they're going to up the cold factor by a whole junk ton until that particular room basically becomes incredibly slippery and icy floored. Not to the point where it would cause damage. Again, to be fair, they don't know what or who the professor is, so
Yeah.
they're using basic reelkind measurements for this. Um, they're going to do that, and then once they've done that, they're going to. I'm going to roll perception quickly because they're going to head out of that room because the professor is making their way, and they don't want to be here by the time he gets there. So. It's a 15 on a perception. They peek their head out of the corridor, look left and right.
Yeah.
Cool. Can they tell what direction the professor could be coming from?
Yeah. With a 15, absolutely. Probably gonna come from the right. and the left seems to go somewhere else entirely. So,
Wonderful. Well, Porridge is going to take the left. And what would you say? Would you say I roll survival for this to see how well Porridge seems to navigate to get out?
uh, yeah, absolutely.
Let's go.
Actually,
Porridge.
I'll give you advantage because the ellipsis rolled so low.
Oh, sweetie. Oh, I've just looked at my survival. Okay. Okay. Even with advantage, that's only a 10.
Oh my!
An 8 and then an 11 that I rolled. So
Wow.
that's average. And I
Yeah.
presume navigating the ellipsis with even just an average roll is still gonna be kind of difficult.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. Um, it's I mean, you're getting somewhere. You you're probably going the right way. You don't seem to be going like deeper into any weird spaces that would probably get you stuck in a dead end. So like you you're making headway. You're just it's unclear how long it's gonna take or where exactly you're gonna end up.
They're fine with that. They right now are in the task of getting the peck out of dodge.
Mm-hmm.
And the ellipsis, you're gonna get another ping from Porridge, and Porridge is going to send you
The porridge unit must. The porridge unit must leave. The porridge unit has a task to complete. The porridge unit must be seen to by an admin. Anyone that is not an admin is not permitted to access porridge. Please give porridge access to the exits.
um um Porridge gets a very simple no.
um the ellipsis is gonna get back the affectation of a and you're gonna get a little message also saying
The the fellow unit is being most unhelpful.
and Porridge is gonna keep going down the corridors.
Ah. In response to that, uh, and the ellipsis sends a ping saying the the
Run away.
no 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 uh the porridge it you get another message from sending if essentially saying the porridge unit is exhibiting erratic behavior that makes it a danger to itself and uh, and other beings, and seems to uh, seems to be lacking in self. Let's see. The ability to self-regulate, and it is essentially in order to like stand down.
Okay. And you've sent that to Porridge or to the professor?
To Porridge.
Unit is just gonna shake their head and send another ping back as they turn around another corner and just zoom, dart down it.
The Porridge unit is designed to assist others. Designed to assist those that need assistance. We are not a danger. We are Porridge, and we are helpful, and we cannot be contained. We must fulfill our designation. Must fulfill our protocols. We cannot. We cannot stay. We must go find our admin. We must go find people to help. That is what Porridge is made for.
And they zoom down another corridor as they ping that back to the ellipsis.
Oh boy. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I need to roll for the ellipsis, for 2 things. Is she able to...
To roll another survival.
Yeah, you may.
Because a fun thing about the ellipsis, they change their rooms and stuff about, can't they?
Yes.
Let's see. Now, that makes sense, considering what she can do. That's a 7. I'm gonna roll an intelligence just to see how quickly it takes them to realise that they are probably not getting anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Meanwhile, I got a 4 for one thing and a 17 for the other thing, so...
I don't know what those are, and I dislike that greatly. But I got a 21 intelligence. So, Porridge, within, maybe a couple of turns, stops and realises, what would the ellipsis do to prevent Porridge to get out? Would they just make them loop the same corridor again and again, do you think? Or...
No, the ellipsis would lead Porridge to a specific, room. Which leads to my second roll.
Okay.
As I'm very quickly going to look something up.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, what was your survival again? An 8?
My survival was a 7.
Oh, a 7. Okay, but you are aware of what the ellipsis would probably do. And despite that awareness, you need to make a dex saving throw, please, now, as you come into this next room.
Dex save? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh. That is a 15. He only has 1 level. They only have 1 level in Rogue, poor baby. Oh, that's a 15, not an 18. It is a 15.
Okay, a 15. Let me see what my... Ooh, okay. Okay, alright. Alright, meets it, beats it. I need to... How much... How much HP does Porridge have?
Oh boy. They have 35 HP.
Okay. Give me a second.
I'm not fearful at all. Although I have a feeling I might know what you've cast.
What did you say your HP was?
35.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Let's see, that divided by 2. So you do not take full damage, you take half damage because you saved the dex. But you have walked into, another sort of maintenance, type, room, and you have walked into an electrical hazard, as the ellipsis essentially cast lightning bolt at
Oh
you.
my gosh.
And you take let's see, 16 lightning damage. 16 points of lightning damage.
Okay, 16, so that is 10, 4. Oh, okay, I've got 19 HP left. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you just see that bolt ellipsis, you see that bolt of lightning go through them, and you just hear a noise as their circuits just light up. And as their circuits light up, you do see like a toonish outline of like their circuit boards and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you can roll perception if you want to see if you notice something.
Oh, yeah, sure. Um, let's see. I don't really have,
You don't have anything.
I don't,
I can just tell you. It's
well,
fine.
I don't have modifiers. I don't have, like, strict modifiers for the ellipsis, but, just with a straight d20, I did get a 17. So you want to
Yeah,
do with
that's
that what you will.
okay. I mean, you definitely see this then as you strike them with the lightning bolt. You see a strange little ball of something in their head that seems to not light up, but the lightning seems to divert away. It's just kind of a small black void in their head that the lightning doesn't light up before you end the spell, and Porridge just shakes themselves out of it. Then they kind of you see the four arrows in their eyes pointing towards that pupil swivel around, and they turn into actually they start to swivel in sort of a spiral motion into the pupil, and then the pupil expands, and then the pupil shrinks, and the what was before four arrows, now instead of a pupil they have a crosshair, and through every diagonal of the crosshair is a line. I don't know if you remember the artwork I did for Porridge for
Uh,
this. I can post it again if you want.
yeah, if you would. I vaguely remember, but
It's
the detail maybe escapes me.
alright. I need to go and find it quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at? Where are you at? 'Cause I know you're here somewhere. I posted it a while ago. There we are. Do actually want to copy that. Can I? Can you let me? Can I do the thing? Thank you. So yeah, Porridge's eye goes from that little circle with the arrows
Ah. Mm-hmm.
to this,
Yeah.
which is basically a crosshair. And you hear Porridge's voice go,
Hostile detected.
and they go even faster than they were before. Zooming through this place, as quickly as they can.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think roll survival once more.
Oh,
I'm gonna roll for for the professor.
ahead.
Not survival, but
And Bridge. I think that jolt of electricity has fried them even worse in some ways. I mean, their GPS, like their navigation unit system, in their head, it's kind of a little skewy anyway. The ellipsis does not help that.
mm-hmm.
Porridge's sense of direction has been shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Uh. Hmm. Okay, I think what this means is you end up in a corridor, and Um, you seem to be back at the library. Or at least you see the library doors. But this is sort of the main corridor. You are back to the sort of regular level and not in maintenance anymore, which does put you closer to the exit. But also, eh, they could have disadvantages. Your current position. Um,
Gosh.
the professor has
I'm gonna
not
roll
reached you yet.
yet. I'm gonna roll a whiz save on something.
Uh huh.
Alright. Okay. That is let me see. Save. Yeah, so that is a 19. Uh they resist the urge to go back into the library and find more of the books because that is a lower priority right now. Higher priority is getting out.
Mm-hmm.
So turn away from the door and they just actually would there be like any schematics of this place in the library? 'Cause,
Um. No.
yeah, I didn't think so. It's a more like a public library kind of deal. It's just Porridge has a fun thing called they've got a background called Is It Engineer, which means if they scan a blueprint of a place,
Mm-hmm.
they can memorize the blueprints and figure out how things work for that particular place.
Yeah. The problem is that even the not even the professor knows where the manual for this place is. So
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
he
Uh,
legitimately, if it's on the ship, he has no idea.
my gosh.
So there are no
Okay.
there are no schematics. Um,
Wonderful. Right. Porridge isn't going to bother with the library then.
mhm.
Although what they are going to do is they're going to go over to the library door and they're just going to open it very slightly, but then pull it to, so there's a slight gap to make it look like they've gone in there before they turn around and head off again.
Uh huh. Oh God. Oh, dang! There goes my. Whoa. Okay. Lucky off the table roll. Um.
Oh,
Uh. That's right. I got.
a 20.
I,
And a 20?
yeah, I did.
Oh,
Uh.
I don't know if that's really bad for me.
Um.
Oh,
Yeah. There's Porridge has a problem now. Because the professor has come around a corner, and you did not hear him, but you can see him now, and he is casting a spell. And I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Uh, let's see. Is there a save for this, or is it just a do it thing?
what spell is it?
Uh. Oh, never mind. I found it. A whiz save, please.
Cool, let's go. Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Huh?
Oh, not at all. Uh,
Yeah, that's a
um,
3. 5.
yeah, yeah, I'm gonna put a description of the spell in here because, the professor has cast slow, um,
Oh,
on,
sugar.
yeah, on, uh, on Porridge. Um,
Oh no.
So, that means, yeah, speed halved, AC's
Stability.
bumped
That's
down.
awful.
Yeah, that's a third level spell.
Oh my
Um,
god.
can't use reactions or anything, da 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 da. Um, yes, your spells, or maybe they will work. Um, you do get um, you do get to do more whiz saves to do it. We're not an initiative, so I'll let you
So,
just figure a appropriate interval to do that at.
okay.
Um,
I will say the minute you've cast this on Porridge and they
yeah.
start to realize it's slow, they stop and then they slowly turn around towards the professor and they will say,
Hostile unit detected. Warning, do not engage with the Porridge unit or lethal action will be taken.
Yeah, the professor just kind of had like an annoyed look at first,
hmm?
and then he he kind of looks like slightly surprised, but then like at this sort of um yet another change in demeanor. Um, and then he just looks like um, uh, he and then he just looks mad because like really like this is exactly what he was concerned about. This is exactly what he was trying to tell this thing earlier. And he just uh he shakes his head and like points from the other side of the hall. He's like probably uh probably some 60 feet away, and he's just like, I knew it. This is exactly what I was worried about. You are dangerous. Do you want to know what that book said? It said there was an accident. I don't know if it was you or one of the other projects, but there's a possibility. And he just like um he just looks exasperated. Like why does it always end up like this?
Mm, very quick insight if you want.
Me? Yeah. Let's see. That is a pretty sure my yeah. That's a 14.
Look at this thing and there's no emoting like the porridge you first met and the next
Mhm.
porridge even met.
Yeah.
This porridge shows no emotion,
Mhm.
seemingly. There's no little cute emotis in their eyes. There's no swirls or swivels. Their eyes are crosshairs now. Uh, and you mentioned the book and the thing you found in it, and there's no recognition.
Mm.
There's no tweak of interest. There's nothing like that.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
In response, you just get a hostile unit detected. The Porridge unit must. The Porridge unit shall not be captured, shall not be detained. If you insist on obtaining the Porridge unit, evil measures shall be taken.
Um uh the the professor sort of he hesitates a moment as if like thinking about something, um and then uh turns and runs down the hallway. The sort of
Mm,
an adjoining hallway, not towards you, not away from you, but like
mm.
down a different corridor, and shouts back, of course I insist on detaining you. You're in no state to be outside. But off he goes.
Okay. I'm just gonna... Can you roll me a perception, please?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna roll an intelligence check. Give me a second.
Oh,
Okay,
what?
never mind. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. That's fine. So, yeah, okay. Where do you run to?
He's going to the console room. Let's see. What was that? Perception. He got a 14. Yes, that's what it was. Oh, no, wait, sorry. 13. I forgot my modifier got bumped.
Alright. So, on perception, and you do hear, like, the faint whirring hum. Actually, no, I'm gonna roll something for that. Oh! No, you don't. You don't hear anything.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Roll.
Uh-oh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I don't like that. I don't hear anything. Uh-oh. I know this fool can go invisible. He's gotta have a stealth mode. Oh, God. Oh, God. Ah. The professor is, absolutely sprinting down the hallway towards the console room. He needs to reach it before this thing does.
Well, go ahead.
Well, let's see. What's your movement speed?
Well,
I've
got small effects. Oh, I have to cast,
I was gonna say,
don't I?
yeah, you can, yeah, you absolutely can do that again. I was gonna say, like, whatever your speed was, it has been halved.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to say that he's able to reach the console room before.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Also,
yeah.
I rolled a 13 on a whiz save, so
13 does not make it.
dang.
Yeah. Yeah. So still slow. The professor is
That's his code name. That's his code name.
The professor has reached the console room, and he sort of like skids to a stop by the console proper and flips a lever to close the inner doors, and I mean, yeah, he's just kind of there now, and he starts to hit different things on the console, but just sort of like hesitating between like commands, like he's not 100% sure like what exactly he's like wanting to do necessarily. But he has closed the door, and also you know where the console room is because that's where he went. And you know one door that definitely leads outside, and it is that one.
True. I'm gonna roll another one of these. Come on. Oh! Okay. That's 20. That's 20. I rolled a 3, and then I rolled a nat 20. Because I'm invisible right now, so I get advantage on the stealth.
Ugh. I literally just had a chill.
Yeah.
Stealth mode.
I'm just gonna roll another whiz save here. Yeah. Okay, that's an 8. So they It's not 6 plus 8. It's 6 plus 2. It's an 8.
Nah, what you gotta beat
Um,
what you gotta beat is a 15.
yeah. So yeah, no, you don't hear Porridge. You don't see Porridge. Just silence. Just the sound of the console room humming.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. How long does this? Oh, good grief!
Oh.
I forgot to check the duration on this spell. It's let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna take a few more back and forths to run out of juice because it is a 1 minute spell though. So like it does not go on for like indefinitely until you save. Like you could just run out the clock basically.
Okay. All right. I'll say after that save I just made, it runs out. I'm gonna make another with save. Something
Okay.
else. Okay. That's probably good. That's probably very good for you, Oatmeal. So, Professor,
Yeah.
you want to roll a perception?
Yeah.
Hey, what is Professor's perception anyhow?
Oh, his passive is, I think, a 13. Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, unless you want to physically roll perception, you're not gonna see or hear anything.
I am gonna roll just because I think he'd be keeping an eye out, and he did terribly. So that's literally the same as his passive. So, boo.
Beautiful. You don't notice anything
Grand.
till until you. Hey, would Ellipsis have locked the front door?
The front, yes.
Oh, you hear that rattle like in its hinges.
Ah. Don't like that.
And you're going to see slowly fade into view. You're going to see Porridge fade into view in all their dull grey yellow glory. And I have to drop invisibility because I can't do this without dropping invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
And they ping the ellipsis, and the ellipsis you get
Hostile unit detected. Access. Exit.
Yeah, you get another, you know what? Even the previous answer was a blank no. This is a, this is a, cold, disdainful negative.
cool. Porridge unit's going to turn around, and you're going to see a much like that. Much like the what's the word? Much like the little picture I drew up there. We're going to see a little ball of energy start to form on the end of one of their nubbins, and we're going to hear out loud Porridge unit say,
Release the porridge unit. Otherwise, lethal actions shall be taken.
you see the ball start to spark and get a little wider and sound like it's charging up.
Yeah. Yeah, the professor just sort of like makes a face and like wiggles his head back and forth mockingly, like, yes, lethal action will be always the same. And he casts sleep.
Gosh damn it.
Are you a creature that is immune to being charmed?
No, I'm not.
No.
Also, you have to roll a certain amount for sleep, don't you?
I
And
do.
it goes from the
I do.
ahead.
I'm gonna cast it at let's let's see, hang on. Oh, God. Da da da. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's about right. Okay. You have less than 27 hit points, yeah?
Yeah, I'm down to 19 thanks to earlier.
Yeah, because the professor casts this at 3rd level. Yeah, you fall into a sleep.
And I say before they do that,
Uh-huh.
I can I roll to hit with disadvantage?
Yeah, you may. You
Okay.
were preparing an attack.
Yeah.
I will give you that.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, they do that. Na, 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 na. You make a ranged spell attack against the target. 3d8. So let me roll
Uh-huh.
this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I got a 16 and then I got a 3. So
Oh
that's an 8.
no.
Armor class. Uh, you see the porridge unit start to shake as you see just the lights in the crosshairs in its eyes start to waver like zoom in, zoom out, and zoom in and zoom out, and you just see a system malfunction, system shut down. But before they shut down completely, you hear a and Professor, it doesn't hit the console and it doesn't hit you. It does hit a wall and it just bursts. And as you hear this energy burst, you hear a as it starts to kind of it starts to actually I'm gonna roll to see how much damage this does.
Is it
As
acid?
it, mhm.
Ah.
That's acid. That's 12 damage. 12 damage. Sorry, Ellipsis. I'm
Oh.
very sorry, sweetie. So sorry. Porridge does love you really, but
Yeah,
mm,
he's in a bad way right now.
they're in a bit of a state.
There, yeah. Oof.
Down.
Oof. All right. Yeah, I think I think I think the bolt goes off, and like the professor ducks and it just sort of sails over his head and it hits the wall like that. Um, yeah, and now there's kind of an acidic, slightly smoking crater. It's not super super damaged, but it's like yeah, you hit an inanimate quote unquote inanimate object with an acid attack. There's a chunk out of the wall now that's kind of sizzling. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the professor sort of stands from his duck and uh, walks.
Professor's standing on a duck?
No.
I can't believe the professor's stepping on geese and ducks out here. Wow.
No, where he
Pass
was
it on.
crouched over from ducking the attack. And but he comes around the console to Porridge and just I think he's just gonna kneel next to it and or crouch next to them and I think he's gonna roll investigation just to see what's like up, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because wow, that was something. Oh God, you can't really. I got an 8.
Oh, do you want to roll with advantage, buddy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, sure.
You know your tech.
Uh,
Man, this sure did happen.
Alright, 14 is better.
So what exactly are you trying to figure out? Like, what are you investigating here?
Is it, it did say system shutdown. Is it, going through the same or a similar process as it did in the library?
What, the system reboot?
Yeah.
If you look at its eye, it's kind of dim, like it's really kind of hard to see, but there seems to be like, you know when there's like a billboard and if not for the shape you wouldn't be able to tell what it said, but you would be able to see like the little slight lines inside where the bulbs would light up.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
see that? It's kind of like sleep or blacklight mode, where it's just you can't. It's incredibly dim and it's dark. But if you squint your eyes and look closely, you can actually see that there are numbers slowly ticking up.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Man, this is, God, I don't know what to do. Like mechanically, what the professor's gonna do is just kind of, he's gonna sit on the floor and, put his, just sit cross-legged on the floor next to this odd machine creature and just sort of put his head in his hands, put his chin in his hands, and sort of frown at it. Just says, what are we gonna do with you?
You don't get a reply, and the numbers just slowly tick up. Man.
Is there any does he have any way of knowing whether it's gonna be like that, capital T that, when it wakes up?
Sadly, no. You know it's
Oh.
going through a reboot, but you don't
Yeah.
know. You
Yeah.
don't know what's going on. I mean, the last time it did a reboot, it
It
reawakened and it was talking differently.
yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah. Hmm. Let's see. Professor, how many? Oh, you do have that. Okay. I think he's just gonna wait for it to wake up.
Okay.
Legitimate. Like, I don't think he's gonna cast anything to help it along this time. But he is just gonna wait it out, I think.
Okay. Well, it takes quite a bit longer than last time because you're not giving it any juice.
Mm-mm.
I don't know if you do anything in the meantime, like start to work on the ellipsis or pull out a book to read, or you're not going to leave this room. You're not going to leave Porridge unattended, I presume. But
Nah.
nah, didn't think so. What will Professor do in the meantime?
I think, let's see. What has it got in its pockets? Oh, hang on. My cat's trying to get out. Let me,
Pulls a cat out of his pocket. Genie. Genie makes a brief appearance.
Alright, 1 second. Be right back.
Okay. Sort your kitty out.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Thanks, man. Never mind, I'm back. Sibling heard the cat and did it for me.
Sibling.
Yay. What has he got in his pockets?
You have like a little machine to tinker with just on the floor.
He has, no, I mean, he has some things, but he's actually gonna take out, he is gonna take out a book, and
Okay.
he is reading it out loud.
Oh,
He is reciting to this sort of dormant robotic creature a the Toonkind bootleg version of Hamlet. Because he's a nerd.
imagine it's called like Porkling or something.
Yeah, and he's doing all the voices and
Oh, excellent. Do you want to roll me a performance?
yes, please.
See how lost in the sauce the professor gets. Come on, Professor, get lost in the sauce with us. Put on a damn good show.
Performance. I don't know if I've rolled performance since I started playing, and I have a +5.
This is how you roll your performance. This is how it goes.
All right, so I got a 23.
You get so into this. Get so into this. You
And
are
it's-
just.
And it's
Swept
good.
And not only are you swept away, oh hell yeah, it's good. Considering what I know about the professor, it's no wonder you're able to take on so many different like personas at once by yourself. Having a grand sleeping time just doing this, man. But I've got to ask, would the professor like get up and start acting this out? Or would they be standing like so lost in the sauce? You get up and you start waving your hands automatically, and then you hold the book up like it is in fact the skull from Hamlet or Porkling. Sorry.
I'm he is I think he would for like some of the first man, I don't think he would get through like even half of the first act without like without like just being annoyed at how limited his gestures are on the floor, and he absolutely gets up and starts walking around and doing the different bits, and turn around to be a different person and then turn around to be the original person again.
Oh, the true ADHD energy
Yeah.
right there. Oh, I love that. So
He's ham.
he's gone ham. He's gone pork. He's gone pork in it. And Professor, you probably won't notice then, as the porridge unit slowly and slowly starts to rise from the point of the floor into an upright position, and then the blank eyes that were at 100% go dark again before a blue pupil appears, and then spinning out of that blue pupil, 4 little arrows come pointing towards the center, and then they just readjust. The limbs slowly rotate in place, spoop away and spoop back to the body. And then you hear a,
Well, we are the Porridge unit.
and I'm gonna roll in something for them. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let's see how much they remember. And, they put their head, and you see the four arrows kind of swivel around their pupil, and in a sort of imitation of narrowing their eyes. And they're going to see that you're very distracted right now, performing your porkling. So Oatmeal, if you are speaking, I can't hear you.
Oh yeah. No, I was actually quiet.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't know if I'd like faded out. No. Okay, that's fine. So, you're lost in your porkling sauce, and Porridge slowly looks over at the wall, and then just sends a very quick ping to the ellipsis that says,
The Porridge unit apologizes for the injury they have caused. Very tricky machine. The very tricky unit.
and they're just gonna like very slowly like sneak over, and they can't really. They don't have any healing spells. Like that is not what they're here for. They don't heal. Um,
Can they
they are
mend?
nope. They've got nothing like that.
Fair
They
enough.
are. I'll just manage their message. Yeah, they've got prestidigitation, but I don't think that's going to do anything against
It,
acid damage.
uh,
Really.
no, not against the damage. It will help, I think, probably clean up the acid and the, like, sort of smoking. Like, it doesn't look quite as much like a blast mark, and it looks, nicer if you cast prestidigitation.
Yeah, they're gonna try to very sneakily cast prestidigitation just to make sure that it's a clean wound, quote unquote. Um, and they just gently tap the wall. Uh, and they try to be very quiet about it and cast prestidigitation. Then they just rub the wall very, very gently, and again they just send another message saying the porridge unit apologizes for causing potential bodily harm to the pretty unit.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I blanked out for a second. After the prestidigitation, what did Porridge do?
They just sent like another little apology, a repetition of what they sent to the ellipsis before. They apologise for hurting the pretty unit. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's it.
Um. Hmm. Okay. Ellipsis. How are you gonna? Okay. All right. There is. There is like an acknowledging ping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Porridge just slightly nods their head, and then they try to turn around and head towards the door again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, let me, Professor. Okay, no, let me roll at disadvantage because he's. Yeah, okay, alright. What do you say, with, a 14, does the professor notice?
I mean, I rolled a 23 to get over to the wall. I could roll another stealth.
Oh,
just to
you had a
make it little more-
23? Nah, I mean, you're doing pretty good. You don't have to roll another stealth.
Okay.
I mean, you can try the door.
Before they try the door, they're gonna reach out to the handle and they're gonna send one last ping to the ellipsis. And the ping's gonna read,
The porridge unit does not wish to cause harm to the unidentified user or the pretty unit. The porridge unit needs to leave.
Alright, you get sort of a repeat, acknowledgement ping. Not an affirmative, just acknowledgement.
the porridge. Their head to the side. All the while, Professor is again just going absolutely ham with the porkling in the background. Still just so lost in the sauce. I feel like he's got like one foot on the console with one hand lifted up and the other holding out the book, and he's just going off. The scarf is fluttering dramatically in the wind. I feel like the ellipsis may have something to do with that. But
or your absolute messing with the atmospheric controls.
yes. Yes, absolutely.
Rule of funny, it happens. There's a breeze.
Doesn't matter if he's real kind. Real funny.
Yeah. We are in Inkwell.
Yes. I'm creating rules.
Oh boy.
And she's gonna pause, and they're gonna send another ping.
The porridge unit must exit the pretty unit. What would porridge need? What function would porridge need? What objective would porridge need to fulfill to leave the pretty unit?
Ah, now that is a good question. All right. Ah! Oh, hang on. Where's the... Oh, God, are you kidding me? Ah! The last time I rolled the dice on the floor, I got a nat 20. This time, I got a nat 1. The ellipsis... does not do what she was trying to do.
Oh.
And, um... Uh... There is, there is no response. And the professor continues to be distracted.
So
I'm
there's no response.
I'm sorry, the door is just locked.
Door's just locked. God damn it.
Yeah!
Oh damn it.
It's freaking locked. And you're just locked in here.
I
And
might do something really stupid. I'm gonna do something incredibly stupid. And just to let everyone know who's listening, I've been trying to keep track of what spells I've used, but I cannot remember. But I know what I am gonna use. You can't make a dex saving throw. Well, I mean you can. Could you have the ellipsis roll me a dex save?
how? I mean,
I don't know how, but please have them roll me a dex save.
all right. Again, I don't really have. Oh man, okay. Unless she was flying, I wouldn't have a dex like mod for her anyway. But this is a sedentary 11. I don't understand. What is happening?
So what did you say it was an 11?
The dex save. I said there's no modifier because it's not like she's flying in space. Like then I would maybe add a modifier, but I don't have modifiers for her for dex.
Fine. So let me just roll this. Okay. I just cast catapult on themselves, and they're catapulting themselves through the doors. You take 18 door damage. You think that's enough to bust the doors down?
It's I
2.5 hours.
what?
I'm just saying it because it's been almost 2.5 hours, and I don't know how long you want to go on for.
Oh yeah, that's hard. You might have to just talk to the professor because, that I like canonically I can't. That's not
completely fine. If it's not gonna happen,
yeah.
that's fine.
The doors.
Also, it's hilarious if they just go splat against the door.
That's what happened.
They're a UPN.
That's what happens.
They throw themselves against the door, and instead of causing damage, they just. If you've seen Legend of Zelda: Link Between Worlds, they just go 2D into the wall.
Yeah.
Professor, you will just hear a lid noise, and you will notice that Porridge is no longer on the floor. There is a weird thing on the door.
Yeah, he stops what he's doing and just sort of goes back to like a neutral standing position, and the his hand holding the book kind of goes slack, and he just looks like at the door, just sort of puzzled, like so not hostile anymore? Are we?
You see the eye on the wall blink, which is it blinks normally, which is kind of weird considering how you've seen it do that before.
Uh-huh.
And you hear a
Negative. The porridge unit. Uh, porridge unit needs to leave.
Oh, do you want me to open the door?
Yes, please.
Okay. Can, um... Can you assure me that that's not going to happen again somewhere else?
you know something. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Porridge. Thank you so much for this. Four. That's a four. Porridge unit sort of nods unsurely and says,
The porridge unit will attempt to hold their protocols in place.
The professor looks like, he, uh, he makes a bit of a face, like he's not really terribly convinced. Um, but what he says is, do you want to see the book? There was a bit in it that might be helpful for you to know.
okay. Porridge pauses. And then the eye is still looking at you, Professor, and you see the head just nods slowly. They do not come out of the door. Still on the door.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the library and come back with the book.
You come back, and Porridge is still on the door, just sitting there.
Yeah. He he just sort of walks up and holds the book out. And then if Porridge doesn't immediately take it,
They are still in the wall.
yeah,
They are still on the door.
he sort of tilts his head and says, "Are you stuck?"
Negative.
Was that a negative?
Yeah, they nod.
You're not stuck.
The porridge unit is not stuck.
All right. He's just gonna. He looks kind of doubtful, and but he opens the book to the part that caught his interest near the back, and he just opens it to that page and holds it up where the eye can see it.
Ooh. The eye blinks, looks at the page. You see the pupil kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down, looking through this book. For you see the head on the wall nod, and the eye focuses back on you, Professor, and
Thank you for sharing the pertinent information, new user. This shall be useful for Porridge.
and Porridge is gonna make a face like this,
Aw.
a little upwards arrow.
Ah.
Upwards arrow with a little dot mouth.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
that's cute.
Yeah, they're just gonna put their head, and they're gonna ask,
Query. Why did new user share information previously guarded?
The professor uh takes a deep breath and sighs, and he says, and his look is kind of um, uh, wary, like not like he's afraid of you, but like he's well, like uncertain, and but he says, uh, he says, it's important to know your own capabilities and the possible harm you can cause to others.
You can roll me an insight if you'd like.
Yeah. Ooh. Let's see. My. Nah. Okay. An unnatural 20.
Cool. Okay. Well, firstly, when you say and the harm you could cause to others, you see that pupil kind of look away over your shoulder, specifically at the point of acid damage done to the ellipsis behind you.
Uh huh.
And you come to a little realization at the same time, a couple of them actually. One, Porridge seems to be aware of the fact that they can be harmful.
Mm.
At least they understand there are certain protocols that can be activated under certain conditions,
Yeah.
can cause them to become more aggressive, let's say.
Yeah.
Second thing you notice is Porridge is still in the door. Uh, they also weren't lying when they said they weren't stuck. They're looking at the hole behind you, Professor, and you think it might be like a slow dawning, but you think they they uh, didn't say it, but they are looking between you and then the console, and then the wound essentially on the ellipsis,
Yeah.
and they don't seem to be wanting to move out of that wall anytime soon. They seem to just be wanting to leave.
Wait, but how are they gonna leave with if they're stuck? I don't. I mean, if they're.
So the thing is, they weren't lying when they said they were stuck. They're not stuck. They're
Mm,
choosing to stay on the wall.
okay, in the wall where they can't do anything. I in the wall where they're unable to interact with uh, other things. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
Only thing they could possibly do is move along this wall.
I get it now.
Yes. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't very clear.
No, that's okay. Yeah. Well, the professor seems satisfied by this this sort of revelation, this realization that this thing is at least somewhat self aware, and uh, he uh, he goes to the console and puts his hand on a particular control, and he says, "Before I open the door, I have one question. Why
Uh,
why did you not want to tell me your name earlier?"
um, Porridge thinks tilts their well, as best as they can, they you kind of see the eye move and the snout move in sort of a tilt.
Mm-hmm.
This is the camel of all. And they say,
The Porridge Unit. Its name is the Porridge Unit. It's their designation.
But you didn't want to tell me earlier.
with that insight, you can clearly see they're very confused, and they don't seem to understand what you're saying. Also, again, you remember from earlier, they didn't seem to recognize you earlier either. They
Right.
thought you as a user.
Yeah, they're still in this sort of second mode that they've met them in, not the first one yet. Yeah, he realizes this and decides it's not really not really important, at least right now, and says, all right, well, never mind then. But I'm going to be watching out for you.
Uh,
And that's you can roll insight on that if you want.
Huh? Man, a few ways that could be taken, huh? There is. Where did I put my dice? I have my dice and now it's gone. Oh. My dice. Dice has fled me.
Yeah.
Go. Try to roll out of my room. Let's roll this. Wonderful. That's 12. It's a whole 12 right there.
Okay. What do I want to give you with that? Well, I think given the set of circumstances, I think with a 12, it's a threat.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
boy.
that's what that. Yeah.
Gosh. Okay. All right. Yeah, no response from Porridge.
Yeah, and he opens the door. Door open.
Porridge very quickly just zips along the wall to the door, before pausing, and just slowly merging out from the door, which is kind of weird. It looks like the lines that make up Porridge on the wall just kind of inflate off of it, and then
Yeah.
shape takes form through it as the lines curve and bend into the shape of Porridge. Before with a pop, they pop off the wall. They just turn very slightly their head back towards the professor and to the ellipsis. They give the ellipsis a very quick tap on the side, and they nod at the professor and say,
The Porridge Unit appreciates your assistance.
and they just turn around and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Woof! That was wild.
This went in a direction.
Yeah.
This went in a direction. Man,
And
I
last-
can't believe Porridge is on the professor's shit list.
If you'd gotten
Wow.
higher than a 12, I might have given you something else. But
No, that's fine.
that is not an incorrect statement.
God damn it. Well, Porridge is gonna bring up. Porridge is gonna clock that time signature and energy signature, and they're just gonna put in their notes in the future. Do not approach. Dangerous. Keep people away.
Oh no!
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and keep people away from this place because that was not fun.
Oh,
Because
boo.
as far as they know, they were they woke up in this strange place.
Oh God,
And
that's right.
person
The missing
no,
memories.
and a person they don't know wouldn't let them go, and wouldn't explain who they were. And their very pretty machine,
Oh.
despite being very pretty, wouldn't let them go.
Ah!
They tried to leave, and it wouldn't let them go,
That's
and now it
infuriating.
threatened them as they left. They're not gonna let they're not gonna let anyone near this thing. If it shows up, they're gonna set up a perimeter, and they're gonna just patrol that perimeter with a respectable distance to make sure that no one approaches.
Well, it's just as well that that Porridge spends most of their time in Villestown because the professor is all over Toontown constantly.
Oh, okay. If Porridge ever ends up, I mean, that's the thing with Porridge though. They have actually been to Toontown a few times as well.
Mm-hmm.
They show up wherever. The possibility of them perhaps going
Meeting
on a
again.
patrol to Toontown and outside the realms of possibility.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Gosh, this went in a direction I wasn't expecting.
Mm.
I'm also kind of glad it did.
I'm delighted.
Gosh. Firstly, I'm so sorry for keeping you for like almost 3 hours.
That's alright, as long as you're okay.
I'm fine. I
Okay.
was just conscious of like time and making sure. Wait, this was supposed to be an hour. I've kept them for almost 3 hours. Damn.
Yeah.
Um.
We knew ahead of time there wasn't anyone after us, so I felt okay.
Okay,
Uh,
Feral.
yeah. Okay, shall we wrap it up for the recording?
Absolutely. Uh. Did you want to do anything specific before we just say goodbye?
Uh,
Did you just
oh.
want Porridge to just float away?
No, yeah, no, that was it. That, I don't have any postscript, for that.
Fair enough. Lovely jubbly then.
Mm.
I'd say that's where it wraps up. Porridge just leaves the ellipsis, turns a corner. Professor turns back into the ellipsis, and
Yeah.
that's how it goes. Porridge has
Ooh.
made a new enemy.
Mm.
I am. I've got to talk to some people now. I think this is very interesting. Oh man,
God.
thank you so much for playing with me, Oatmeal. This was delightful.
Yes,
Um,
it was.
So I have the memory, well, not the memory, I have the impression that the professor is going to warn people about being near this. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Uh.
Oh no. Oh
uh.
gosh.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's not get too.
Let's not, let's just thank the people for listening.
Yes.
Half who've been in the audience for the most of this. Thank you so much for listening. You've been a wonder.
Yes. Thank you.
Anyone listening in the future, we hope you enjoyed this silly sandwich, which was angst and then a jailbreak and then more angst. I think this will be a steady medium for the angst part. But thank you all for watching. Oatmeal, thank you for playing with me. And this is where we say
Absolutely.
farewell. Maybe these two will meet again. Who knows? It
Yeah.
depends. This is where we say goodbye.
Yes.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.